What is happening, folks? It's your man Lawrence. Welcome to Platform 246. Thank you so much for coming in. Sincerely appreciate y'all getting in with us today. Thank you for hopping up onto the platform. You know, we take you anywhere you want to go. Today, we're taking you to Atlanta. We're taking you to the Dirty South. We're taking you to a game against the Falcons, a team that's had our number, a team that our coach, Kyle Shanahan, has played for, or coached for, excuse me. It's hot in Las Vegas. I wonder how it's going to be uh, out there in Atlanta. But welcome to the platform again. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are on our push to 400 subscribers. We're trying to get there like the Four Horsemen, and we're trying to do that before Halloween. My son's put that out there, and I have taken the challenge. So right now we're like at 350 something. We still got 2.5 weeks, so you can help with that. You know what I'm saying? But what's going on? We're here to talk about the Niners today. Niners, Falcons. My children and I were talking about it a lot today. It's time. It's time to move on past Carolina and get into what's happening this weekend with the Falcons. How is everybody doing? Happy Thursday to you, by the way, also. This could be a game where we beat the shit out of somebody, or it could be a game where Kyle gets into his head, as he is known to do at times, gets into his head and then doesn't call the plays that he needs to call when he needs to call them, which we know if that happens, James is screwed. So we don't want that to happen. We want Kyle to be in his bag this Sunday against Atlanta. We actually need him to be, because our quarterback has the least amount of touchdown passes for any quarterback that's active in the league and has had enough pass attempts. So that's a problem. That's a big problem. Of course, he's always had that issue. He's never been a touchdown thrower. He's, been just as much as an interception thrower as a touchdown thrower. But I digress. We're not here to do that. We're here to just talk about what we possibly need to do to beat the Falcons this weekend. Can the Falcons possibly beat us? As you may see, we have a poll question there. Can the Falcons get the W over us this weekend? Simple question. Yes or no? But we also have a third answer there. Can Kyle and James possibly lose that game for us? And I had someone on Twitter like Tuesday or Monday this week actually asked me, who's James? Whatever he called me a name after that. Who's James? Well, you stupid motherfucker, since you're simple, I'm not going to make it otherwise, so I just left it alone. But James is Jim, number 10, and we call him James because you call somebody by a nickname, which is what the word Jimmy is. It's a nickname. It's not on anyone's birth certificate, at least not his. What's on his birth certificate likely almost assuredly is James. So that's what I call him, because I have no affection for him. Just like I have no affection for these kids outside my apartment window screaming right now while I'm trying to live stream about the Niners. But again, I digress, right? You can only do what you can do. So I don't have any more affection for James. So that's why I call him, for Jimmy. So that's why I call him James. His name is not Jimmy. That's something that you call somebody when you like them, a nickname. Me, I need to call you what's your government and what's on your birth certificate. So again, welcome to the channel. 49ers Falcons this weekend. And again, as I said, I went over some stats with my children today. Getting a comment on another video that we did about the Generation X this past Monday. That was a great Raw, by the way. If you watch Raw, if you watch wrestling, if you watch SmackDown, if you watch All Elite Wrestling, subscribe to the channel as well. Check the videos out down below. We do lives on those. We do, picks every once in a while on the pay-per-views, and there's one coming up soon, Crown Jewel, so we'll be there. But most importantly, you want to subscribe so that you're here with us this Sunday when we go live for the 49ers versus the Falcons. And I want to get into that now. So there are a lot of stats that have been coming out this week, as you may or may not know, because, of course, we have a game against the Falcons, and that's all that's going around. So first of all, I want to start with the quarterback, Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota has 7 fumbles already throughout this season. We know, while we haven't had a lot through the first 5 games of the year, we're the punch boys. We come in there looking for the ball. We come in there looking to punch the ball out. And by the way, this is a call-in show, okay? That means that you can get on the screen. You can get on the screen. You can just put your voice on the screen, whatever. If you don't want to put your face on, I understand. Everybody doesn't have a face for TV and a voice for radio. I'm lucky enough to have both. So, voice for TV, voice for radio. face for TV and a mind for smoking weed, apparently, because I'm all over the place. But again, Falcons right now, their chance to make the playoffs is 21.7%. That's by Mr. Michael Rothstein. The Falcons are one of the three teams completing less than 60% of their passes right now. Less than 60% of your passes put you really in the doldrums of the NFL. Every team and just about every quarterback, that's like the minimum threshold that you should be able to reach is 60% passing, especially with the amount of screens and slants and things like that that are thrown in today's game. Screens to wide receivers, tight end screen. Not just, back in the day, there was just a running back screen. You let everybody come through and you throw the ball over their head to the running back who had leaked out past them. Nowadays, we have wide receiver screens. We have tight end screens. There's going to be a left tackle screen if Kyle and Trent Williams have anything to say about it. So you can screen to just about any damn player nowadays. So you can't complete 60% of your passes. That says a lot about the individual quarterback, and then not just the quarterback, but I think about the rest of the team, and then just as much the coaching staff. But right now, they're under 60% passing. There are only three teams. That's Carolina, who we just faced, and Chicago, who we lost to, and who I'm assuming are probably losing right now because they are a bad team. And Justin Fields is a bad quarterback. Yet we still found a way to lose that game, monsoon or not. Do we blame Trey for that? I know I damn sure don't. Primarily, I blame the monsoon. It being the first game of the year, the defense not being where they are today. That's the only takeaway from it that I can glean. But they are one of those teams that are under 60%. Also, Carolina and of course Chicago. So Atlanta, we get them. Marcus Mariota has 7 fumbles in 5 games so far this year. There's times that he has made actual, like good passes, elite passes. I've seen it. But then there's also the times where Marcus Mariota just shits the bed. John, what's happening, John? How you doing? How's it out there in Kyoto? Have you had a great day today? I hope everybody's had a great day. Again, this is a call-in show. We try to be interactive here. We just want to get into a few press conferences we can look over and talk about some things that can help us make sure we walk away with the W this Sunday. But I was just telling John, and please, John, hit that like button, answer the poll. Well, I forgot, John, you can't answer poll questions. I always forget about that. John is one of our moderators, folks, so please say hello to John as you come in. But again, Marcus Mariota, 7 fumbles in 5 games. He makes big critical mistakes really at any juncture throughout the game. That can be the first pass that he does. David, what is good, my man? Shout out to you. Welcome to the platform, sir. Thank you for stepping up. Again, the show is interactive, folks. If you want to jump on with me at any time, anybody, please do so, face or otherwise. Like I said, not everybody has a face for television, so that's okay. Not everybody has a voice for radio, but nobody can see your face, so it doesn't matter. So just let me know if you want to jump on. We can do that. Let me know what you want to talk about. We'll get into it. But I want to talk about, again, the Falcons. And sticking with Marcus Mariota. He went to Oregon. And then, he came out and went to Tennessee. And then this year he signed a whatever kind of contract you would like to say that it is for someone of his ilk and caliber. And he is now the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. So, again, he has 7 fumbles right now. We've only played 5 games. I don't know how many of those they have lost as a team, but that's a lot. And with the defense that we have, the defensive line that we have, and then just the players at linebacker, blitzing corners, someone's going to get to him. I plan for us to get to him hopefully early and often, despite how much he can run. I just played them on Madden last night. They put up 14 points on me. It was 47-14. It was a rough one. I actually tried to stream it for you all, but it just didn't work out. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it, though. Link is boom. Did the link come up, John? Let me know if you see the link, folks. I believe I just sent it. But Mariota, he has a good enough arm to get the ball down the field, so that's what we have to watch for. He is an excellent runner. Am I not commenting on it? My fault, John. Give me a second. But yes, he's an excellent runner. He's shown that much the whole time he's been in the league, excuse me, in the NFL. And he does have a decent enough arm to where he'll be able to make all the throws. So our defense has to watch for that. Now, I think if we can get pressure with the line like we have all season, this game is going to be over fast. If we get to him, he's going to make mistakes. Marcus Mariota, that's the one thing that he will do, is he will make crucial errors at the worst possible time. So, John, give me a second. I'll try to get that link right there to you right now. All right, folks, let's see if I get this correct. Hello, Miss Tia. How are you doing tonight? We got a call-in show going. I'm going to try to comment on it. Hello, Miss Tia. I see the link, John. All right, so is it there now? It should be right below Miss Tia's hello to everyone, whoever everyone may be. But yes, if you're looking to get in, the link should be right there, right where it says Platform 246. Does anyone see my name in the comments? Does anyone see? Well, not my name, because my name is Lawrence. That says Platform 246. But does anyone see that there? StreamYard.com. Jump on it. Let me know. So we have Mariota. And he specifically, really, he sucks. I mean, he's not a good quarterback. All good, David. Well, I'm glad you can see it. At least, so John, or maybe John, you were just asking to see if anybody else, wanted the link. I'm not sure, but let's get into some of those stats that we were talking about, or I wanted to talk about. My sons are outstanding with the business, okay, because they were the ones sending me and telling me all kinds of things today about Mariota and really how bad he's playing. So their offense, first of all, and it's not just Mariota. The offense for the Falcons has been atrocious. It's been horrendous. It like we say on the channel, it just stinks. So that offense going up against our defense, really, you would think would be, no issue. So they're averaging right now about 3 minutes a drive. You break that down, that's looking at about, I would say, 6 plays a drive, and they're out of there. So they get one, and then gonzo. They get a first down, and then they get shut down. The Falcons. And I can see that. I'm not sure if the running back is there right now, number 84, the one that's actually a wide receiver, but he's playing running back, just moved over completely. I'm not sure if he's starting. He's damn sure good on Madden, I'll tell you that much. But I'm not sure if he's playing this game. I believe he may be injured. So it's really the only thing that they have is Mariota really trying. They can't run the ball on us. So Marcus Mariota has to beat us through the air. If you're thinking you can do that he can do that, then I want some of whatever you might be smoking. Because they're only averaging about 31 yards per drive. They, as a team, when you couple in, Marcus Mariota's fumbles and however many interceptions he may have, they turn the ball over 15% of the time. 15% turnover rate for the Falcons. Our defense is going to eat. Now, you want to say who's going to be on the defense? Marcus Mariota has what? I'm not sure how many times he's been sacked, but it's going to go up this week. I believe he's been sacked 12 times already on the season in 5 games. So that's 2.5 sacks a game that he's already getting. That's James' numbers, by the way. James from last year. But he's been sacked 12 times already. I believe Marcus Mariota. That's what we were going over, trying to figure out what that was with my baby boy earlier today. Yeah, Marcus has been sacked 12 times already this year in 5 games. So that's over 2 sacks per game that they're giving up as an offense. How many do you think we're going to get? Really think about it. We've already had games where we've had 7 and 6 sacks respectively. They're giving up 2.5 a game minimum. It's like, again, the link is in the comments, StreamYard.com. Hit it if you want to jump on the stream and talk about, what's going on this weekend. For me, I want to get into some of the injuries because I said, who exactly is going to be able to sack Marcus Mariota, or get picks or whatever the fuck, or catch touchdowns. We have 12 players as of yesterday that were on the injured list. Kyle Shanahan didn't speak today. Only D'Amico Ryans did, and Chris Forster. That's our offensive line coach, and the our fucking defensive coach. What the fuck am I? D'Amico Ryans. So anyway, the two of them spoke today, along with James. Kyle spoke yesterday, and I want to just show how many injuries we had as of that time and what players are injured.
Jimmy Ward had his surgery. He's going to have a cast put on it. He should have a chance to play with it in a few weeks, but we won't know anything until they reevaluate that in about 10 days, see how it is with the cast. Armstead.
So right now it looks like they're looking to get Jimmy Ward back in time for the Kansas City Chiefs game. Not looking to play him this weekend against the Falcons. He needs to be casted first and foremost, and then see how he's able to, work his everyday life basically with that cast, let alone play football at a high level and protect himself. So we know that players can play with cast in their hand. Patrick Willis famously played with a cast on his hand. I believe Navarro also had a cast on his hand. Justin Smith had a cast on his hand before. It's no big deal as long as they can get, the right fit for him, and he can take whatever maybe discomfort he may have with it on.
Foot and ankle, he'll be out today. Trent Williams.
Foot and ankle, again, that was Eric Armstead. He's still out. How many of our captains have missed time already this year? Anybody know? We have 6 captains. They made a real big deal out of it because it was only 6 instead of 7, remember? How many of our captains have missed time?
Ankle out. Kinlaw, knee out. Nick Bosa, groin out.
He's not a captain, but he's probably never coming back. He being Javon.
Robbie Gould, left knee out. Samson, Achilles, he's out. When
did Samson Ebukam hurt his Achilles? What Kyle's going to end up saying is that it's sensitive. He's kind of ginger on it right now. So what's that going to turn into? So when he sits out this game and he comes and we try to go full steam ahead, all hands on deck for the Chief game, including Samson, right? Unless Drake Jackson gets 3 sacks this weekend in the absence of hopefully Nick Bosa, who's hopefully not playing this weekend, Kyle. Unless he, just balls out and they already know, okay, it's cool. It's time to pretty much start him or split his time with Samson at this point. Because Drake Jackson has 2 sacks right now, or 2.5. He's second in the league in sacks to Aiden Hutchinson of the Lions. So the Lions got the guy who was like the 2nd or 3rd pick in the draft, who came from the Shittigan College up in the North Park, just below Canada, here in the United States. I am not watching the game. I do not have access right now to any Amazon Prime, folks. But fuck you, NFL, for that Thursday night football thing. But looks like I got somebody here. Are you good to come on, sir? Not just yet, folks. We got a surprise. So yeah, but no. The amount of injuries is stacking up. Samson Ebukam's Achilles is tender right now, which means that the next time he plays, boom, out of here. It's gone. He'll blow it.
Trent Williams, ankle out. Kinlaw, knee out. Nick Bosa, groin out. Robbie Gould, left knee out. Samson, Achilles, he's out. Croft will be limited with knee. Tarvarius Moore, limited.
Even Tyler Croft is limited
with hamstring. Danny Gray, limited with illness. And Aaron Banks, limited with knee.
Danny Gray first had a hip injury a few weeks ago. He still hasn't seen. I don't know. TV is far from me. When y'all know, when I stream, if you're not new, you know I can barely see the TV, but we get through it. I'm a good distance away. Y'all keep me abreast of what's going on anyway. The whole time the game is, y'all usually, especially my folks out there in the Bay, in Frisco. So you guys are watching the game and things like that, and we all talk about it and get through it. But I damn sure haven't seen Danny Gray on the field since the preseason. People have been telling me that he's been playing. He's been on special teams a bit. I haven't seen shit of Danny Gray. Where has Danny Gray been? Well, he had a hip injury a few weeks ago, and now Kyle says Danny Gray out with illness. Like, fuck my life. He's never gonna play. Everybody's waiting for young five, the young king to come. Brandon Ayuk sorely is waiting for number 5 to come. Looks like Danny Gray's going to be completely ineffective until number 5 comes. He's going to be injured all season long, apparently. And Kyle can keep, I guess, Ray McCloud up as a potential wide receiver on the field. Ray McCloud can't catch the punts. But we're going to put him as a wide receiver because he's up every game. He's our returner, so he's up. So if somebody gets injured or whatever, like you think they're pulling him off the gun air team? If Danny Gray's even dressed in that game, nope. Who's going in? Ray McCloud. Why? I don't know. It's not like he's really any good, even at the punts. Is anybody out there watching the game tonight? Are we ready? All right, let's see who we got here. Bing bong. It's my son. What's happening, son? You are muted right now.
What's happening, man? What's happening, folks?
What's happening, son? How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing great.
Is that your projected score for the game? At Atlanta 41, Niners 12?
It's definitely not the projected score for this Thursday night football game.
What's the score in the Thursday night game right now?
I believe it is 6-6. 2 sets of
Shit
field
on
goals
shit.
by each team. You know it.
Shit on top of shit. All right, son. Well, thanks for updating us all on the game there.
My light is very bright.
So you may or may not have heard some. We were just getting started talking about the Falcons and the Niners. The reasons that we may or may not be able to win this game. You have any thoughts to start off?
No thoughts specifically to start off.
Well, as far as the game goes, we can't. First of all, we can't lose this game, okay?
Yep.
Because we have a great opportunity. And let's keep it real, folks. That's what we do on the platform 246. We have a great opportunity to lose next weekend. There's a good chance that we're going to get our asses stomped. Why?
I'll tell them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Number 10. I think he's going to have a problem getting the win. But that's just me. I could be wrong. I hope that I'm wrong. But I've had a long relationship with him. And leopards don't change their stripes. Plus, it's something I haven't got a chance to just one thing. And we can maybe talk about that today. Just his highness. He's always high. So he'll be high in that game. And I'm sure that's going to affect us against that team. Because the other quarterback, he's going to be pretty level. So 41-12, is that your prediction for the game?
That's what I'm putting out there, at least.
Earlier today, my son Trey told me that we would be getting 30 points minimum. I pretty much agree with that. We could definitely run 30 up on them. But he also said that James would throw for 3 touchdowns.
Okay,
or
let me reiterate that.
Yeah,
3 total touchdowns. He could
I
have
thought that's
a
what you meant.
rushing touchdown as well.
I thought I wasn't sure. All right, so to reiterate, James will have 2 passing touchdowns and a quarterback sneak. That Jeff Wilson gets down to the 2 or 1, and then Kyle gives it to James because he wants to hurt my feelings. He wants to make me feel bad, and he wants to have all of you simpletons that will do it start saying, "See, look at Mahomes Jr. Look at little big brother." And we don't want that. We don't want him with 4 touchdowns in the game so that all of you can say that you're right. At least we win. No. But speaking of him, let's see. We have anything that's definitely what I want to get into. We want to get into young James Garoppolo here on platform 246. Let James step onto the platform. Let's see where he takes us, folks. James Garoppolo spoke today to the media after practice. I have not watched it. Usually, anytime that we go live, or say, for instance, obviously, if we do, a breakdown of speech or press conferences from the team, we've watched it, right? In this case, son, faithful folks, I have not seen this at all. I saw a couple of seconds as I was getting the stream set up today and bringing the video in. I did hear him clear his throat. So, it's Tuesday. So let's get into James Garoppolo today after practice. Let's see what he said.
Fly fish or?
No, I've never fly fished before.
What have you been doing?
I guess they fly fish. Where are we at? In Atlanta? In Atlanta? Is that what you asked him? It's because you're Caucasian, huh? I didn't even want to have to say that. But you just asked this man who is in Atlanta right now, in the dirty South, in the ATL, in the strip club capitale of the world, porn star James. You fly fishing? Great question to start, buddy.
Watched film, went to the casino for a little bit, and that was about it.
You see? Fly fishing? No. I went to the casino, though. The same casino, faithful, that yesterday in his press conference, Kyle Shanahan said, yeah, okay, it's good. You guys, something about getting locked out of rooms. Good thing you won't be able to get near the casino. Our quarterback and our coach, on just those two little, did you see that shit? On those two little simple things, are not on the same page. Jimmy he was in there being baller Jimmy. You know he was in the casino balling out of control like 50 Cent. You know he was, or like he thought he was. We saw him at the Super Bowl party that we lost. We saw him at the going away party that they had here in Las Vegas at the Pro Bowl for him when he didn't go anywhere. How can we miss you if you're never gone? But anyway, Kyle said, damn, I just want to stay the fuck away from that casino. James comes right out, and the first thing out of his mouth is, man, I was at the casino last night.
No, I've never fly fished before.
What have you been doing?
Watched film, went to the casino for a little bit.
I'm sorry. First thing out of his mouth, because he is smart, watched film, went to the casino. Okay.
But that was about it. Exciting stuff. Not yet. Still working on that.
It's always how it goes. You just keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
We saw you racing. I think it was Jeff Wilson.
Sleeves. They go to sleeves. He doesn't even have sleeves on. Son, did you see that?
No. What did he do?
He doesn't even have sleeves on, and he's adjusting them. Those aren't sleeves. That's his other shit.
Always how it goes. You just keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
We saw you racing. I think it was Jeff Wilson between sessions there.
You tried.
Like, are you nervous?
I think he gave him a run for his money.
Maybe. I don't know. I think Jeff's got me beating that one, but yeah, just it's fun out here, man. I know it's a new environment for everybody, but just try to make the best of it and enjoy West Virginia.
When you were rehabbing kind of your shoulder, did that allow you to work on other things? I don't know, flexibility, speed, things like that, lower body stuff?
Yeah, especially lower body. Just got to lift a little more weights in the lower body, more running, drop backs, things like that, and I think it was kind of a blessing in disguise. Got to beef up a little bit in some areas and make the best of it.
Have you kind of noticed that in your throws? Better platform, things like that.
Yeah, every year I try to improve little things, level shoulders, just keeping the base wide, little things like that. And I still got ways to go, but it's working in the right direction.
One of his favorite quotes, faithful, it's going in the right direction. I don't know how many times you may have heard that, but I've heard that so many times about so many different things. Like, his deep ball or coming back from an injury.
Numbers been awesome. Yeah, I know, like everyone says, he doesn't get the targets and everything like that. There's so much more to our offense than that, and it's just
4112. Did you happen to hear the question?
Remind me of the question.
Did you happen to hear it?
No, I did not.
It was a question about maybe Brandon Ayuk. As I said yesterday, Faithful, in another video, and check that down at the bottom. Not right now if you're live, or even if you watch this later. After you watch this one, then go watch that one. But yeah, the 49ers audio team is horrible. As I said on the video, it stinks. It's a breakdown of Kyle Shanahan's press conference yesterday. You couldn't hear those questions either.
It's been awesome. Yeah, I know, like everyone says, he doesn't get the targets and everything like that. There's so much more to our offense than that, and it's just exciting that we got a good group. That it's not all about, hey, I need this catch, I need that catch, or it was supposed to go to me here. And I don't know, it's cool to have guys like that all on the same page. And he's been a team player, and he's made some big plays for it too. It's coming. It's coming.
Is the confidence a lot more than it was 2 weeks ago, Jimmy, just in terms of this offense clicking better?
I think it's moving in the right direction. I think we still got ways to go offensively. We left some points out there on Sunday that we'd like to have back, but the way our defense and special teams are playing right now, we just we got to keep up with them.
What's your assessment of the Falcons' defense? What do they do well?
They're disciplined, very
That was
disciplined.
Grant.
It starts with Grady Jarrett up front. He's a wrecker in the run game and pass game, and just their zone coverages. They're pretty precise, and they make you work the ball down the field, and we're willing to do that.
So you haven't got to go against him much, but you did have the couple weeks on as the scout team.
Willing to do that? He doesn't have any choice but to do that. Did he say willing to do that?
Yeah, it is. He can't.
Like he has,
but
like he has any other choice but to just work the ball down the field. We don't have any explosive plays in this offense, not coming outside the legs of Jeff Wilson.
Your impressions of Charvarius Ward and what he's brought to the defense?
I'll give you my impressions. He's balling. I have a question. What have been your impressions of Charvarius Ward, son?
Charvarius Ward is really locked down, and especially now that E-Man is gone, this was our number one. I mean, this was our best signing in free agency, without a doubt. He's young.
Ever?
He's great. Probably not ever, but
I mean, their regime, Kyle's regime.
yeah.
Best fit. Okay, now remember who
Best
we've signed.
fit.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me make sure we've signed Juice and Trent Williams, free agency, and Richard Sherman. Only 5 games in, but
I mean, it really is looking like, just seeing how he played and the circumstances, how last year our worst position was corner. And everybody was in and out, in and out. You played corner, then you didn't because it was the injuries and stuff. So, and then just seeing how good he is, how he really wasn't being tested before Carolina, but Baker kept testing him. He kept throwing his way during that game, and he was completely shut down in that game. So we now have proof that he is a lockdown corner.
he gave up 1 catch, I believe, on 5 targets in that game, if I remember the numbers correctly. He did lock down, and for whatever reason,
while he was in coverage, it wasn't 4. It was 4 pass breakups. He had his hands in there, turned around for the ball. The ball wasn't overthrown or underthrown. He was in there being a corner. He was doing what he needed to do.
I couldn't agree more. And you made a great point a minute ago. You said that last year, it's pretty much enough said for me. As they said, as you kids say, what they say? Say less, right? Last year, what's our worst position was cornerback. And now bringing this kid in, and like who you said, is a kid, he's still young. He's like 25, 26 years old. We have him set on the left or right side, whatever place they put him. Looks like it's been the left side for quite a few years to come. So if we got one side of the field, all defenses know you get to shut down one side of the field primarily. That just makes things so much more simple for the defense as far as just covering the whole other side of the field. You can put multiple players to cover that side of the field. When you know that if you get tested like he was, it's not even like just Revis Island where they never threw at Darrelle Revis, and they literally made the term Revis Island for the Jets. No matter how bad the Jets were, Darrelle Revis wasn't. So he's not even just on an island they won't throw to him. It's not Mooney Island. No, they tested him. He got a pick. He didn't get a pick in that game. Or was it
No, not in that game.
Not in the game,
It was
another
the
game. But he had the 4 pass
Yeah.
breakups, as you said. It wasn't just underthrows or overthrows, folks. Mooney Ward is actually breaking up the passes himself. He was in there consistently because he was right in the hip pocket of the wide receiver. He was, as Kyle Shanahan said yesterday in his press conference, the same type that Jimmy and the other 2 coaches today had here. He said that specifically. He's never out of position. And then if he is out of position, he has the length, Mooney Ward does, and then speed to recover.
Definitely.
Mooney's been he's been impressive. I heard his
Good word, James. Good simple word. He has been impressive.
training camp was awesome. I didn't get to see all of it, but just being out here a little bit.
I didn't get a chance to see it first. I believe John Lynch told Mooney Ward, so it wasn't this week's game. I believe it was the last one, our first win after the loss, as they were leaving the field, worth every penny. That got around on the internet, on Twitter, on Instagram. I saw it somewhere where John, I believe it was like they're saying face to face, hugging. John Lynch told him walking up the field. That's what he said. You're worth every penny.
He's made the right stuff, and he's one of us, and it's good to have a guy like that, especially at corner. He has that ability to be physical at times, and then also just, his coverage skills I think speak for themselves.
When you say he's one of us, what exactly does that mean?
We got a unique team.
And let us know, folks. What do you think we need from Jimmy this Sunday? Faithful, what do we need from him to win this game?
And one more thing before we
Yes.
assume. Yes, Cordero Patterson, their running back, he is on IR, and Kyle Pitts
thank
is
you.
questionable. Kyle Pitts is questionable. He returned to practice, I think, today.
He did. You're right.
So, if they don't have, now they only have Kyle Pitts. That's the only thing they have going for them on offense, now that their running back is on IR.
What about the
They
rookie?
only have Drake London.
Yeah. He's good on Madden.
Ward.
He's good on Madden
Not
23, folks. Faithful.
Not against Mooney Ward. No. I don't see him producing against Mooney Ward.
And then the
if
whole
he's lined
entire
up against
team.
Mooney Ward. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then they only have, unless Drake London isn't matched, but is Jason Verrett coming back this game?
I don't know. And Faithful, that's something that we need to think about. I don't know if you all got a chance to see on Twitter. Thank you for that question, son. Actually, that's a great question. We could talk about who's covering who. Because on Twitter this week, old JV, number 2, he run down the sideline running with Mooney Ward. Mooney's perfectly fine, lands on 2 feet. They run down the sideline and doing interception plays. That's what they're practicing. Mooney catches the ball, comes down. They said Verrett gingerly runs and then hops up and it comes down on one leg. Came down on his left foot only, then put his. Why? Because he's not ready to play. Because he's afraid. Even if he is ready to play. So if he comes out and he plays afraid, what's going to happen to him? He's going to play bad, and he's going to be injured. Were you going to say something else, son?
Who else do we have? I know we have Ambry Thomas, Diamador Lenore, and
Who do you choose out of 2?
again, well, Lenore, I know Lenore's been playing. I haven't seen Ambry Thomas anywhere. I know Lenore has been playing, so I think just putting him in the game because he's been playing. And then Hufanga. I mean, Hufanga is – he's just excellent. So although unless they're trying to – even if they are trying to hit deep, just hit Drake London deep constantly, I don't think it's going to work. If they try to hit him short, Fred Warner, Hufanga, they're there. I don't think that's going to work. So unless Kyle Pitts is coming off injury, so I don't expect him to just be some unstoppable monster, especially not with Marcus Mariota as his quarterback. So I don't think they don't have anybody. They don't have anybody on offense.
Faithful, do you think they have anybody on offense? Not to cut you off, son. Sorry. Do you think they have anyone on offense? I mean, he laid it out. They got Drake London to go deep, but Huff will be back there. Gibson will be back there, and they also have to have Mariota get enough time to go deep. They try to go
That
short to
Bosa
Drake.
and Ebicon might be out.
Bosa and Ebicon might be out. However, we have Drake Jackson. We have our own Drake, apparently. And we just have a plethora of players on the offensive line. That was almost alliteration there, folks. But we have a plethora of players. So they're running in and out. I think we'll still be able to get constant and consistent pressure on him. It may not look like Nick Bosa and Ebicom on the other side, but maybe Drake Jackson, gets a chance to show us what he's going to be for the future. And that's what I'm hoping for. Maybe he has, his come out game, his breakout game, his come to Jesus moment. But like you said, son, Drake London, they have him. They have, of course, Kyle Pitts, who's coming off an injury. That's if he plays. And you're right, he did return to practice today for the first time this week. Kyle Pitts, he pretty much had to. I think they probably practice tomorrow, but usually if you're not looking good on Thursday, it doesn't look that great for Friday. And if you just come in on a Friday practice for any team, they tend to probably not let you play. So they probably force you back into practice a light one today. He'll probably practice again tomorrow. And then will he be ready for the game, really? Will he be able to, dominate Huff or Fred Warner?
If he's out, then yeah.
If he's out, you got the right score. Then it's 41-12. It's 41-9. If he's out, it's 41-9.
If he's out this game, yeah. They're not
playing this game. If Kyle Pitts doesn't play in this game and Cordero Patterson is already out of this game, it's going to be a long afternoon or morning. This is a 10 o'clock start. And make sure you're with us. We are at church in this family pretty much, but 10:15-ish, 10:30-ish, if they're not right on time, we are going to be live streaming here on Platform 246, watching the game with you faithful. Hopefully you watch it with us. They don't have Cordero Patterson already. If they don't have Kyle Pitts, and Drake London is option number one for this Atlanta Falcons team against the number one defense in the NFL,
we got
cancel Christmas.
Got a different type of team, just different personalities, but all of us are pulling in the same direction, and it's just it's hard to describe. But when one of the guys fits in and when the guy doesn't, and I think those guys who don't last here very long, but. It's when you're made of the right stuff and you're built like one of us, you'll fit in just right.
So Peyton Manning here explaining that Mooney Ward is a true 49er, a true Niner. And I can't even remember who it was. Oh, sorry, it was Fred Warner. Just yesterday, they asked Fred Warner because Mooney's getting a lot of attention around the NFL and at least around the team. And they asked Fred Warner yesterday after practice, what are his impressions of Mooney Ward? And that's one of the first things he said is that Mooney Ward is a real 49er, a true Niner.
Well, David, I answered this. David, now that Cordero Patterson is on IR, we don't have to watch we already know our D line is just you can't run on our D line. It's just not possible. And then now that their number one guy, Cordero Patterson, is out for the game, they're probably not even going to try to run the ball anyways. But if they do, it's going to get shut down because they'll have a second string guy in there. They'll be coming in to replace Mariota. And it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. So their only option is to try to have Mariota do what Mariota does. Fumble the ball.
So 41-12, David, faithful. Do you all add that to the game? So, David, you said we should stack the box, stop the run. So that's Cordero Patterson, who's Debo light. But then also Marcus Mariota is a running quarterback. I believe he's actually
leading rusher. He was their leading rusher last game against Tampa Bay.
So what about that, faithful? Because on Twitter right now, there's actually a thread going around that Mariota is going to run wild on us like that guy that, the faithful, some of us don't want to speak of, some do, Kaepernick. Mariota's going to run a Kaepernick on us. I literally have been seeing that. I've seen that for the last 2 days. That is going around on Twitter. And follow us on Twitter at BamBamLLD. All of our uploads for YouTube are there all the time. A lot of other crazy shit. But yeah, on Twitter right now, they're saying that Marcus Mariota is going to run wild on us like Hulk Hogan. Like he used to do to you guys in the 80s. He didn't do it to me because I was too smart to see that BS, to fall for that BS. But you Hulk Hogan fans out there. Hold on.
To
We
answer
get another guest,
that,
folks.
is Mariota gonna run wild on us? No, he is not. Fred Warner and Hufanga they're going to prevent that. And I think they are going to be playing for that because we know Mariota likes to run. So why not do that in practice? I know you don't really have a guy who can run the ball in practice, our quarterback, but why not game plan for that? Why not? You know Mariota's going to run, and he's going to try to extend plays. So, and I think our guys are good at coverage to actually shut that down, even if he does try to extend plays.
Right on time to answer that question. What's going on, my son?
Hello.
You got Damian Jackson in the building, folks, and Faithful. Say hello
I'm
to my
waiting
child.
here for time now.
Son, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. So there's a five screen thing on the thing right here, and I got other videos up here. We had Jimmy up, so I sincerely apologize, son. But I'm glad you told me. I wish you would have texted me or Instagram me or put that comment in there sooner. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
I was using my phone to get onto the live, so
there's a lot of facial hair on here, folks. I know you are using your phone to get on the live. So my apologies. I'm glad he's here now. Real quick, David said, that was earlier. He can see the link. I'm glad everybody can. My son could too. I just couldn't see him. So again, I'm sorry, son. I love you. We should stack the box, stop the run, and make Mariota try to beat us. Trey just went over that right now. Damien, what do you think about that, son? Mariota's a running quarterback. I just played them on the Madden last night, and he didn't run any yards on me because I had Warner and a creative player, but he did extend plays and he threw for like 280 yards on me. But he, extended the play a lot. He ran, he got outside the pocket, and things like that. You think that we're gonna have trouble with Marcus Mariota? And Bay Area throwbacks, what's happening to you? Welcome to Platform 246. Hold on, did I show you? Let me get your comment up. What's good to you? Thank you for coming in. Please hit that like, brother, if you enjoy. We appreciate having you in here. And Damien, go ahead, huh?
So I think 49ers, no matter how good our defensive line is, there is a lot of times where we have trouble with running quarterbacks. Russell Wilson. Nobody wants to talk about him. But we do have trouble with running quarterbacks most of the time. So I don't know. Plus, Bosa might be out this week. But I don't think Marcus is good enough to run all over our defense. I haven't seen too much of Mariota, so I wouldn't really know a lot. But I'm going to say he's going to get some yards, but not like a ton.
Now, do you think that's rushing yards, or he'll be able to get passes off because of the running and the capability that he has? So get some passing yards, because that's what he did to me last night. He didn't get any running yards on PlayStation 4. Not that matters to this game, like a lot of people really do think. But will he be able to get some passing yards off? Maybe.
I think he will be able to extend the play. That's a good question. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to get too many rushing yards. More like getting out there and passing the ball. Extending the play further.
You agree with that, Trey?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I think the only way, if he does run, it'll have to be up the middle. Yeah. He won't be able to go outside on us, I don't think. Roll out the pocket.
Is that because Armstead's not there, or because that's really the only place that anybody will be able to run on us, period, even if Armstead was here?
I think that is just because that's the only place people can really run on us, period. With Armstead there, Armstead will just be hugging air. So, either way.
Shout out to the program. Best movie ever. All right, now that we got both my babies in here.
You guys will see it.
Say it again.
Did you guys just see that play? Are you guys watching the game?
I'm not watching the game.
Carson Wentz just smacked somebody.
Smacked somebody?
Yeah, like hit
What-
stick.
Well, Carson's kind of big though. You know, he's like Josh Allen light to me as far as size when you look at him. And then also, I'll give you a shout out, Carson. You did go to NDSU. Shout out to the Bison or Bison, not Bison. Apparently, don't fuck that up when you're talking to Trey Lance. It's Bison. So yeah, he did go. I can see that. Do you know who laid out? Probably was a corner.
Probably. They keep showing replays, so I'll see it right now. Oh wait, never mind. 3 for the touchdown. They finally got a touchdown.
So it's no longer 6-6.
It was 6-7. Now it's 13.
Now it's 13. No, it's 13-7.
So who's up? Washington.
Yep.
The only thing I know is that I
12%.
saw. Oh shit! How much time is left in the game?
7 minutes.
Oh,
Fourth.
yeah, they're trying to put the game away. Yeah, okay, I can see that.
And
It's a
the-
good strategy. Yeah, well, he better do that. He better do anything he can since he just show Carson that you got some faith in him, Mr. Guy. I can't remember your goddamn name right now, Mr. Riviera, Ron Rivera. Thank you. Show your quarterback some faith. He's showing much on Tuesday. Okay, so yeah, but let's get back to our quarterback, our current quarterback.
Really impressed. Really impressed. You know, like all of us, they got ways to go, but they've been playing great. To mix and match like that with the communication that they have to do in the run game and the pass game it's tough, and I don't think they get enough credit for it. But those guys are awesome. I love them.
Coach Mercer talked about how Jeff Wilson, one of his favorite players, just because he comes in every day with a smile. What does that energy bring to you guys?
Brings me racing him. I don't know. He was dancing and everything. Just a fun guy to have around. Guy he's been in the fire with us. You know what you're going to get from him in the huddle.
That's another one of his sayings. In the fire or in the pit. He may as well be saying we went to hell together. He and his brothers that he's never around outside of Santa Clara Avenue.
He's awesome, just locked in, and yeah, I can't say enough good things about him, man. Jeff's a good dude off the field and on the field. He's a warrior guy you want in your corner with you.
How much of it, and how much of an asset is it that this team has been together for so long, so many of you guys?
I think it plays a big role. I mean, myself, just not going through the normal off season and then plug and play type things. I think it has an effect on game day, and I don't know, just being on the same page. We run familiar plays that we've ran in the past, whether it's from this year or years past. I think it just allows us to be, moving on the same speed, same page together, and makes things smooth out here.
Do you often feel like you've been together longer than the opponent you're going up against? How much turnover there is in the NFL these days?
Yeah. I mean, I know I haven't put too much thought into it, but I guess, yeah, when you do look around the league, not many teams have, especially just our core group here. I think that's a big part of a good team is when your core group can stay together and all work in the same direction, carry the younger guys, bring them along with. That leads to a good team, and that's what we've done here in the past couple of years.
Let me ask you guys a question. And for the faith, if anybody watching, you can leave a comment too. Let us know. And please answer that question at the bottom too. Now or later, whether you see this shit now or whenever, what do we need to get done by this man here? The man with his eyes closed. What's on his mind right now? But my question, I forgot my damn question. What was he just talking about?
What do we need from Jimmy this Sunday?
Not me, but what was he talking about? The camaraderie of the team, if I remember correctly, right?
All work in the same direction, carry the younger guys, bring them along with that.
There we go. So, what do you all think about him, Faithful, saying that he said it a few different ways there? When the core stays together, Damian, when he says that to you,
Wait, what'd you say? Sorry.
when the core, they asked him a question about the team being together so long, and he said, "Yeah, blah blah blah. We'll do it. It's good, it's great." And when the core stays together, and then again, in a couple minutes later, seconds later, he says, "Yeah, we got this core group of guys, of which he certainly would be at the head of, and someone else certainly would not be." What do you think of when he says that?
Um.
Do you think anything at all, or am I just overreacting?
Well, no, you're not overreacting. I think that could possibly cause problems within the team. I mean, they're all grown men, so it shouldn't cause problems. But
You think?
exactly. But then another thing is, he really isn't in the core of the team anymore, right? He's not our number one quarterback.
Wait, I'm
So
sorry, son. Let me stop you, son. Wait. Yes, he is. Look at his face. To him, with him, so that's what I want. I'm glad you said that. He's not, but he thinks he is. How do you feel about that?
and that's a good question too, because who else thinks that Jimmy is? And I know there's a lot of people on our team that do think that Jimmy is. Like Kyle being one of them, possibly, especially Kittle. So he's really
Mike?
not, but there is still people that believe that he is, even fans still believe, oh, Justin might have hurt his knee.
So many fans, son.
Yeah, ridiculous amount of people that think that he's a part of the core team. I personally wouldn't say that he is, considering he gave a goodbye speech earlier in the year, and he was supposed to get traded. So I wouldn't say he's in the core of the team.
Trey?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, just going off that, I don't think you can give a goodbye speech and then be in the core. Like, even if you are brought back, you said goodbye to everybody. You're not supposed to be here anymore, and even you know that. So for you to say that you're you're in the core, but I do agree with if a good team is able to stay together for so long, they're able to produce well over time. Like, just look at how well we have been when all these guys have been on the field from 2019. We went to the Super Bowl. Um, Everybody got injured, and all our core guys, they got injured, and we went 6-10, missed the playoffs. The next year, again with injuries, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad. We went 10-7, made it all the way to the NFC Championship. We had all our guys healthy. This year, still early, but we're on the right track. So, and when you have a bunch of good guys being able to stay together for so long, I think that's great. And going with the chemistry, that's also great. Because if some of these guys, if Kittle, if Warner, if these guys had gotten traded, I think we might go downhill. So I think having good players in the core and keeping them together for a long time is good.
I think the interviewer asked a great question. He asked a poignant question for our team, because it's true. Like you both just said, Faithful, when a team stays together like this and you have some of the best players in the league at their respective positions, you end up, it just looks like the way we look. You're never out. You're always a good team for a long period of time. He's just not a part of it.
That leads to a good team, and that's what we've done here in the past couple of years.
Couple more guys.
Say it again?
The celebration at the end of the huddle.
Well,
Everybody was cheering.
I'm lost. Oh, I was just Poe breaking us
When
down.
are
Poe's a character. He's one of us. He's a character, man. But yeah, I forget exactly what he said, but yeah, it was entertaining.
I'm sorry. Let me just say, y'all know what my impression of James is. What I've come to see from him is he's the fucking dude that stays in college for 7, even though he didn't, for 7 years. He's at the frat house, and he's the leader of the frat house, and nobody knows why. He's just been there a long time. Everybody loves him, but nobody knows why. When you say, what's so great about him? They say, He's just the best. Would you disagree with that, Sons? Was that
I think that was
No, yeah, because and they do
Thank you.
that because when they say,
I'm thinking about that for days, son.
what do you like about Jimmy?
He's
All they have
he's
to
just
say
good.
is, we just win with him. When he's in, we just win. That's what they like about him. We just win when he's in. That's what they all say.
I'm sorry.
We just win.
Dame, do you agree? I mean,
yeah, totally. I think it was pretty spot on. Once you said it,
thank you.
once you gave that,
see it in a movie. Put it in a comedy movie. Put it in what's that movie with the Neighbors?
Exactly.
Right.
Once you said what is the word? It's
explained it. Once I said it to you, you said what?
Okay, yeah. Once you explained it, it just
broke
clicked
it down.
in my mind, and I immediately saw Jimmy about what you were speaking of.
Maybe he's a little bit more handsome than that guy. He has dark hair. His look, whatever. But his spirit is just that, folks. That's what it is, Faithful. He's the guy at the frat house who's been in college for 8 years. He's the head of the frat house. He's just there. He's like a myth, and nobody knows what's going on, but everybody loves him.
He's not the coolest guy either. Like
he's not the coolest guy.
Not the coolest guy.
He seems like he's a very entertaining guy.
Very, very entertaining.
He's really not entertaining, but
but he's made the right stuff. You know,
My apologies.
he knows when to be that character and when to lock it in and be focused, and love having a guy like that.
Working with Greasy, I guess a week or two ago, but is there a quality? I'm sure all your quarterback coaches have been unique in their own way. Is there something he's brought to you that's been different and helpful?
I think just the way he sees the game. You know, having played the position, it's different. I mean, to coach a quarterback is difficult, and I think when you've played it, it's easier to talk the same language because what you're seeing from the pocket isn't the same thing that the coaches are seeing on film. So when he could see what you're seeing, it just allows you guys to be on the same page, talk the same language. He understands if, I can't see this read as well as this read, he might understand that and translate it to the coaches. And it's been really cool. I've enjoyed having him. We'll keep growing together.
All right.
All good?
We got Mooney right here.
Thanks, guys.
Let's remove this from the stream permanently, especially since that's part of what kept you out of the stream, my son. So let's get that out of here. All right. So there you have it, Faithful. Those are the thoughts and feelings of the leader of the frat, Jimmy Richard James Garoppolo. Son, did you get a chance to see the whole press conference? I know you were in the waiting room or in the green room. Did you see the whole press conference from him?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was a whole press conference, but I saw you, and then I saw you click on to Jimmy, so probably.
Did you see Jimmy before you wrote that message to me?
Yeah.
Oh, you were watching. Okay, yeah, you saw the whole press conference. Yeah, it was only 6 minutes. We just stretched it out for a very long time, folks. But it was only 6 minutes of James today. But he was lame as usual. No, we're not gonna do that again. As I said, we're not. James is our quarterback. He's going to be for the entirety of the. We better hope for because then if he's not in, we don't win, right? The frat house is just a miss. It's a mess and a miss. So, thoughts on James? Corey, what's happening? We are having a wonderful day, sir. I have my two sons on stream with me. I'm pissed at well, we can go as long as we want to, but I didn't have them both on time because this is awesome. And it's also been with y'all. So thank you so much, Faithful. How you doing tonight, Corey? What are your thoughts on Jimmy? Did you get a chance to see any of his press conference? And just answer the question for me, Corey. What do you think we need from Jimmy? Faithful, what do we need from Jimmy? What type of game do we need? Do we need 200 yards? Can we get away with 180? Do we need him to throw a touchdown? I mean, what do we need? The Cowboys are winning with whoever, Cooper Rush. He threw for like 160. Thank you, son. He threw for like 106 yards the last time they won. So we had that the meme going around Twitter, and follow us on Twitter at Bam Bam LLD. My kids have their own Twitters, but they're my kids. I'm not giving you those. Bam LLD. There's something going around on Twitter and Instagram. Who's the only two teams in the NFL that haven't given up 20 points? Was us and Dallas. So they're winning with 100 yards a game. Corey, Corey is definitely the GOAT. Outstanding. Absolutely, Corey. Thank you for coming in. So can we win with 100 points? 100 points. 100 yards only? What do we need from James?
No doubt.
Son, what do you think, Damien?
They just beat the Rams, didn't they?
Who?
Yeah.
Cooper Rush.
Yeah. And he did squat.
So did Jimmy.
Well, that's every day. But against Atlanta, what do you think we need? What kind of output you think we need from James?
I don't think we need Garoppolo. I think we just need him to not do terrible. Because our defense is absolutely A1. So we just need him to not give away 2 points. And then we lose to the Broncos. Was it?
No.
We just need him to not mess up, really.
What's not mess up? What's not mess up? And Trey, what do you think first before I'll ask that question?
I just think we need no turnovers. That's it. If we don't turn the ball over, we'll be fine. If Jimmy doesn't turn the ball over, we'll be fine. Kittle doesn't fumble. Yeah, we'll be perfectly fine.
All right, so we've had James fumble the ball. Jeff Wilson has fumbled, but he doesn't count. He's not high paid. James, George, Deep, Tyshawn, all fumbleitis, fumblerooski. Marcus Mariota again, 7 fumbles in 5 games, 12 sacks in 5 games. He's a walking turnover. So are we going to switch? Are we going to just trade turnovers? Because James, they have a good corner too. I can't remember what his name is right now. That's, I think, the best player on the defense overall. They have a corner that's an all-star.
AJ Terrell.
Right? Terrell. Yep. Thank you. So they have Terrell. That's going to shut down probably Brandon. Right? So, and if he tries it, it might not be a good day. And we also know he already has his obligatory throw across the middle. So we have his option for a pick. We have his option, obviously, clearly for a fumble or a safety. I'll count him as the same. And then our players have been fumbling lately. So what do we need from him? What's not? Is a fumble? Is a turnover fumble? Okay. Is a 1 pick and 2 touchdowns? Meaning he runs one and passes one, whatever. What do we need from him? What's okay? Exactly. Is a turnover okay from him to win this game?
I think.
Or he says no. Okay. Go.
I think there was a stat somewhere like two years ago or last year that when Jimmy throws an interception, we lose. Every game Jimmy threw an interception, we lost. And then when he didn't throw an interception, we won. But our defense last year wasn't as good as it is now. And I think that now, even if Jimmy does maybe throw 1 interception, our defense will be able to pick him up like they normally do, carry him on their backs, and we can get the win. But, if he's just throwing picks and balls to where it's too far for our receivers or too high or too low or even behind. I saw today that he threw in practice the ball behind Brandon Ayuk. Nobody guarding Brandon, nobody rushing into Jimmy, and he just throws it behind him. So, if he could just get that under control and not, severely do terrible, then I think we would be good.
How? Did you see that, Faithful? Did you see that on Twitter or Instagram today? Because my son did. I did. I don't know if I sent it to them. I saw it. He missed him. He threw behind him. Brandon had a turn. He caught the ball. He did a James. He did a as we call it now, a James Swan, like Black Swan. He had to do a complete pirouette spin to catch that ball in practice. Did you get a chance to see that 41-12?
Yeah, you sent it to us.
I said okay. So we don't need those. To the linebackers. We don't need that. That's in practice. It was a set foot play. He's still dancing in the pocket in practice. In just quarterback to wide receiver drills. It wasn't one-on-one drills. It wasn't. It was just pitch and catch. And he threw it behind him on a slant. Our one play that we run, he threw it behind him. He had to turn around to catch the ball. So if he does that and it goes right to one of their linebackers or a safety, he's probably not going to test the corner.
If we even if we do throw that one pick a game that Jimmy loves to throw, there have been, I believe, multiple instances where the offense has turned the ball over, but the defense hasn't allowed any points. I know for sure last week when Kittle fumbled, they didn't get any points off that. But there has been times where the offense has turned the ball over, and our defense is just so good that they don't allow any points off of the turnovers. And I think that Kittle turnover was already in 49er territory. So
It was.
I think they just missed the kick.
No points off of it. Yeah, they missed the kick, but they held them to a field goal. I think it may have been 3 and out, or just
Held them
about.
to a field goal, and they missed it. So there's been multiple times where we've turned the ball over, and the defense is just shutting it down.
My man David says we need James G. Shout out to you for using this correct name. To keep playing good. Seeing him throw downfield is different, but I like it. I agree with you. I think, Sons, do you agree with that? Have you been okay? What are your thoughts on that? Because on Twitter, it's ablaze. Let me tell you, boys. It's he's throwing down. It's a new. It's literally this is a different Jimmy. This nigga's different.
He's throwing downfield. When Debo is getting 105 rack on 115 receiving yards a game, he's throwing downfield.
Throwing downfield is a sideline pass to Tevin Coleman. You know,
Tevin Coleman caught that ball. That was all Tevin Coleman. I mean, the ball was accurate. I give him that. Tevin Coleman is small. He did have to jump up and catch it over the guy, but that was a pretty accurate ball. But Tevin Coleman caught that ball. That was good on Tevin Coleman. I'm not going to take away from Jimmy, but that was all Tevin Coleman right there.
Yeah. I mean, I think the last game Jimmy did he did pretty good in my eyes. I didn't see him make too many mistakes, besides maybe one or two terrible balls. But yeah, I thought he did pretty good, and so we need him to keep that up.
Son, you said
shouldn't have to be this way. We shouldn't have to be saying, I hope our quarterback can keep it up this week. I hope our quarterback can continue to play well. It shouldn't have to be that way.
Well, no. Okay. What's well? See, now it starts to get to everyone's interpretation and individual. The three of us as father and sons and any stranger. What's well? Because that's what I get into all week long. He's playing good. He's playing great. Well, that's your interpretation of great. And did he play well last week when you said, well, I didn't see him make too many mistakes. Like, what the fuck? That's what we have to say, son.
No turnovers.
He didn't make too many mistakes. He didn't make too many mistakes. I can't do that in my job. I don't make $5 million, or I don't make $6 million. But I can't. Can you do that at your job, Faithful? Can you hope that your boss? Can you just fuck hoping? Can you just know that your boss is going to be cool if you don't make too many mistakes at your job at Walmart? Nope. You can't. But our quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers can? Steve Young and Joe team? He just need to keep playing good. The throwing downfield has been impressive. He was impressive last week. Just the attempts, but he still missed about 8-9 throws. I'm sorry. All right, so final thoughts, or you two have anything that you want to talk about the game specifically? Any points that you've seen?
No turnovers. No turnovers. We'll be fine. We'll be fine with no turnovers.
Yeah. I think we're gonna win this one. It's gonna be like the Panthers game. Big victory, big numbers. I think.
No team
For
has put up.
James,
Has a team put up 40 this season? Actually, I think the Bills did against the Titans.
The Jets just put up 40 last week.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and I
40
also
to 0.
pretty sure was 40-0
the Jets did put up 40. I don't know how, but
to
shout out to
0.
Robert Saleh.
Yeah, I think they're playing the Dolphins.
I was 40-17. The only team that's been shut out this season is the Lions last week. So if we
Oh.
get a shutout,
That's the only shutout.
even if I'm pretty sure, yes, the only shutout was the Lions against the Patriots, 29-0, week 4. But I
And they were
think if
scoring
we
like
manage
35
to
points a
get
game
it,
at that point too.
yeah, and it just got shut out. So I think if we can get a shutout, I think that'll really it'll really, even if it is against the Falcons, a not very good team, I'll just say this defense is real, if not already.
Yeah, because I mean, even though all of our stats are, number one, there's still people out there to say the Cowboys defense is as good as ours. So I think if we go out there and get a shutout this week, or we continue to put up 5 sacks a game,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that there won't be any more conversation.
Amen, church. Yeah,
The
I think that's what we.
Cowboys allowed 10 points against the Rams. We only allowed 9. Just saying.
Well, you guys said it first. Yeah, they I've seen that. Well, like I said, son, that we said we have the
And we
number.
put
Our
up 1
stats
point.
number. We did. Our stats are number 1, but they keep trying to compare the Cowboys defense to us, and they really only have 1 player. That's I personally believe, but they have a few players, but we all know who their defense is built around. They keep trying to compare them to us. We got the stats together. We're only 2 teams that haven't allowed 20. But if we do what we've been doing, get 5 sacks, get it in the, we have back-to-back pick sixes, faithful. I don't even know when the last time that left sideline is hot right now on the defense. So, and we got Mario. We're just waiting for a fumble recovery, a scoop and score. It's going to come. This could be the game. And like you said, this could end up being the game where we actually get our first shutdown of the season and then stop the conversation on who has the best defense in football. Because we've been saying it here on the platform since like April. Go check the Twitter. Hashtag #1 defense has been on our fingers since like April. We knew we were going to have an outstanding defense, and it's been proven. So I think the defense does get us the win. I don't think in a dome too right now, just for whatever reason, I just don't see the offense is going to be explosive in this game. I don't know how the defense is for the Falcons, and I really don't care. But I don't think the offense is going to be explosive. So I think our defense will be. I think we're going to we may have multiple. It's going to be multiple turnovers or multiple sacks, and I think that we do bust their head and blow them out. Trey started off the stream with his score prediction, 41-12, faithful. If you're not sure what that was, if you weren't here then, and if you are here again, thank you so much for being here throughout the stream, just coming in, whether you slipped in, walked in on purpose and opened the door and saw us and got a surprise, or you just knew what you were going to do. We appreciate it sincerely. But 41-12 is what he had as a score prediction. Said that James is going to be accountable for 3 touchdowns, 2 in the air, 1 on the ground. He and Kyle's quarterback sneak. They're special, right? When he wasn't playing for the other quarterback. So a blowout is coming. Damian, what do you think? What's your score prediction? What do you think the game looks like overall?
I'm gonna say 35 to 9. 35 to 9.
Oh shit! My kids have no respect for you, Atlanta. Austin Theory, and that's about it. And it's only one of them. So, and you can figure out, you can guess which one. You see, they just set back at the same time too. They're like bookends. That was amazing. You should that was funny. Y'all didn't see it. You both weren't looking at each other. I did because I'm the father. And you guys know what do I always say?
Don't. Just don't.
All right. So, folks, I'm gonna go 27-9. 27-9. I say 27-9. Niners with the win. We walk out and get ready for Kansas City. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us, stepping up onto the platform. We try to take you to Atlanta today and try to figure out whether we're going to get this win and what we need to do it. Thank you to my sons. Damien, again, son, I love you, and I'm very sorry that I didn't see you on the thing. But we'll be doing this, folks, all the time. And we'll begin definitely again this Sunday for the game. Hopefully, both my kids can get there with me because we, like I said, we do church. But at some point in time, we can all be on and stream with all you faithful. Trey, thank you for coming too, son. And you guys, I appreciate it. I love you. And again, both my kids will be here this Sunday, hopefully with me, streaming with you, beating the Falcons. Again, 27-9 from me, 35-9 from Damien, 41-12 from Trey. All wins. Last thoughts? Anything you two want to say?
The Commanders just beat the Bears. And it's crazy because I think Justin Fields might be like top worst quarterbacks right now.
Son, boom. So Justin Fields, folks, faithful, is the worst quarterback in football. We lost to him week one, which is it's supposedly because now think about it, 17-game season. So what goes around a lot of times now is supposedly game one for most people. You know, some teams may have looked good and didn't play in the rapture. Game one of the season is the last preseason game. There's only 3 preseason games now. 17. Do the math. That's preseason game 4. So in the monsoon, and I'm seeing the highlights now on ESPN, and it's probably not going to look good because it's 0-0. He threw the ball up into the air. It just got popped up like popcorn. All right, that was nice. So Justin Fields, I believe, is the worst quarterback in football, and there are people that were saying that, you know, he should have went instead of Trey. We should have got him at the second the season started. We should have took him instead of Trey. Negative. Thank you for that update, son.
Yeah.
The Bears are bad. We lost to them, but that's okay. We're getting better. Trey, any final thoughts from you? Damien, any final thoughts from you?
We are getting better. I think we're going to continue to get better.
I agree with that. We are getting better, even despite our leader. Trey,
I would really like a shutout or a 40-point game.
either or. If we got both, look out. And yeah, my final thoughts is just thank you to everybody for watching the stream. Please like the video, share the video around so that other people get a chance to do it. This is my best live stream that I've had, and we'll be back at least without an actual football game going on. Absolutely. So we'll be back again this Sunday, streaming with you live, and we'll be doing our thoughts after the game at some point the week as well. Hopefully, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn your notification bells. That's hitting that bell, that ringer. Hit that. That's important.
One more thing. Is the Fiend coming tomorrow?
We actually might even all be on tomorrow, as a matter of fact, folks. You never know. We do stream both wrestling and football on our channel. We're on our push to 400 subscribers. Be a part of either one of those. We do great with either, as you can see here. But yeah, tomorrow, Friday Night SmackDown. We'll actually probably be live tomorrow night. Friday Night SmackDown, 8 o'clock. At the least me. My kids might be in the comments at the minimum. If not, they'll be right here on stream with me. We can all watch that together. And to answer your question, yes, Bray Wyatt is scheduled to be on SmackDown tomorrow, but just like they did to us on Raw.
His face and not what they did to us on Raw.
As I was just saying, just like they did to us
again. I knew they were going to do that too.
On Raw. We all knew they were going to do that. You started feeling that throughout the show, and if you know wrestling like the three of us do, you kind of got that feeling at some point in time that's what they were doing. That he wasn't coming.
The commercials last week and pretty much the whole structure of Raw last week was really odd, and I didn't like it at all.
So you didn't like the format, as they say, in the two of you. Both my kids are going to be making movies. Look out for it in your next 10. You didn't like the format, like the breakdown, the structure, and it's funny because it was different because I saw that on Twitter a lot, and I think Jim Cornette even spoke about it, that they had the format set up differently. They just broke. I didn't even notice that, son. That's my son. Yeah, they apparently the Triple H did have the breakdown of things on the show set differently. Just I guess trying to get further and further away from Vince's ways. So look out for us tomorrow for SmackDown. Anything else you two want to say about that? By the way, wrestling is hot right now, folks. Nope. Well, with that, this has been a hot stream. I appreciate all of you. For my sons, Damian, Trey, and then me, Bam Bam. We appreciate you. Niner Ganger, don't bang. Y'all be safe.
They cover me, bro.
Today.
Any day now.
Any day now.
It's got
Any day,
the
Trey.
whole world. Say it, one guys.
It says we're still live, folks. We're still with you.
The whole world in his hands.
No, if the stream is